What's up with the squad? Back with another video. I seen the title was going out. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe button for me if y'all can. Before we get in this video, please go check out Doug and Ace. Amazing guy, amazing videos, amazing points, you know. So make sure y'all definitely do that. Also, y'all see shirts in the background. It is my clothing line that I have is www.anxworldwide.com. Literally telling my story, you know, going through anxiety, depression, and stuff like that. So pretty cool, pretty interesting, you know. Even if y'all just checking it out, shirts are pretty expensive. It's very top of the line quality, 400 GSM French terry, you know, real thick shirts, like sweatshirt type. So y'all looking at it like, oh, these are just shirts. No, they're really thick. It's like, it's matter of fact, it's thicker than this, you know. So really warm, you know, really warm. It's a reason why I did that, you know, with, you know, people that's, you know, going through anxiety. A lot of people use weighted blankets and weighted. So I wanted an oversized, you know, t-shirt, you know, that's literally like heavyweight. You know, y'all always see me in videos with like big heavy t-shirts on or sweatshirts. It's because, you know, it helps me with my anxiety. But definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Let's get in the video.
Sunny Hostin says we have white privilege, more like what privilege? She gets shut down by reality. Wait till you see this clip. She gets utterly embarrassed. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. As we mock the left for a complete flip out, they're always going off on their lefty issues, none of them dealing with the reality.
Clark.
That's Caitlin Clark getting massively chucked by a member of the other team.
And that's been going on for a while though. I'm actually here in Indiana. I'm here with Indiana Retro Steph is, as well as the WNBA TV. If y'all subscribe to them, they're actually on my homepage. If you scroll all the way down, you'll see their pages. But they literally we all live here, you know, in Indiana, and we see it, you know, a lot. The one is actually about to be going to a game soon, but I've seen many clips of her getting bullied, you know, throughout the WNBA. And it's the main reason, and I don't care if people get mad at me for saying this, the main reason on why she's getting bullied is because you got to think, a lot of, and I don't want to get in trouble by saying this, but it's a lot of women that's in the WNBA especially that is jealous. You know, obviously, you know, you had dudes but you have a lot of women that's in the WNBA, and they show it, you know, they definitely show it. And you have this jealousy. And you got to think and it's both. I can't discredit. And I know a lot of people, they have something to say about Caitlin Clark, and a lot of people got to say something about Angel Reese. But if you think about it, this whole draft class, regardless, you know, you Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, or the next person, this whole draft class, and probably even the next of the WNBA, literally is bringing more attention to the WNBA. And Caitlin Clark especially brought a lot of attention to the WNBA. With views, money, ticket sales, merch, everything, bringing a lot of that to that, and they see her as a threat. Talk about this all the time. You know, when you see somebody as a threat, and that's really mainly what it is.
Brazen foul after being called a B. Look, here's Colin Rugg on Twitter. WNBA basketball player Caitlin Clark gets cheap shotted, called a B word, and then Angel Reese stands up to celebrate. We'll get to that. Let's watch.
Call. The question is, will they call it unnecessary? Kennedy Carter.
Okay, will it be unnecessary roughness, or will it just be normal roughness? Will this be a racist shot, or will this be called a normal shot by a black player who came?
I don't want to necessarily say it's. I don't like ever bringing like the R word into situations or like color into situations. But like I said, when I said at the beginning of this video, it's more so of the jealousy of the NBA. When you have a woman, you know, that's coming in, that's top of the line, obviously, first of all, you're gonna feel good about yourself. I'm the number one, you know, person that's, you know, going to the league. Oh yeah, I'm gonna feel good about myself. I'm gonna be humble with it, but I'm gonna feel good about myself. And I feel like a lot of people see her as a threat, obviously. I mean, we see that.
Blatantly calls her a B and then chucks her to the floor. Caitlin Clark. Remember, Sunny Hostin's coming up and totally gets it wrong, and we're going to mock her for it because everyone should make fun of The View because they don't have a grip on reality. Okay, that's Angel Reese on the bench, one of the teammates of the girl who chucked Caitlin Clark to the ground. And she stands up and cheers like, hooray, you got her.
Oh wow.
Remember, this is Caitlin Clark, who Sonny has said has some kind of privilege.
I do think that there is a thing called pretty privilege.
What about the black players? Is Sonny saying that black female players are not pretty the way a white player like Caitlin Clark is? Because I think the black female basketball players, some of them are really pretty.
There is a thing called white privilege.
There's a thing called white privilege. It explains nearly zero of why some people succeed and some people fail. Merit is probably far more important. But to Sonny, they got to keep overplaying that victim card because they're trying to foment minorities to hate whites. That's her goal. Believe me, if there's all this privilege being handed out, I want my free money. Where's my free white guy money at, Sonny?
There is a thing called tall privilege.
Yeah, I'm 6'8". I'm tall. Okay, who are the...
It's crazy that Doug is 6'8". I haven't seen a reactor, you know, as tall as I'm 6'5". So like when I heard Doug for the first time when he was like he's that tall, I was like that's lit. You know, that's lit. Even though that we sitting down most of the time. You know, if I'm not vlogging or like posting on like on Instagram or anything like that, y'all see me that way. It's pretty wild. That's pretty wild.
WNBA, they're all tall. Are the taller ones? How come they can't outscore Caitlin Clark? Because guess what she does? She has a killer three-pointer. That's what she's famous for. Being able to shoot from nearly the half-court line, even though she is somewhat tall, she's not as tall as the tallest player who have some kind of privilege, according to Sonny. Tom?
But tall really ain't got nothing to do with it either. I done seen some small hoopers. There's been some small basketball players in the the NBA. That's real short, you know, and succeeded. So height, that stuff don't matter, you know. That stuff don't matter. It does, you know. You have to be good doing it, but
Cruz is short, famous, one of the most highest paid guys in the world, and he's tiny. What do you mean tall privilege? I'm 6'8". Where's my freebies? Where's my free stuff? You know, when I use the bathroom, when I'm in a flight, if I ever took a movie of what that was like, you would not say I had a tall privilege.
And we have to acknowledge that.
Actually, I don't have to acknowledge white privilege. I absolutely refuse it. And I mock you and resent you for saying I have to. I don't. There's no such thing. You're a liar. There is no white privilege. As I said before, what privilege? Your peer pressuring doesn't work on me. You don't get to control my values, even though you're famous and you're rich. Mostly we just mock you. But this is where they truly undermine and destroy their own argument in this last clip.
Part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world, you know, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay her.
Because they wouldn't pay, not because she was black, but because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
Okay, now this gets so confusing that Whoopi and Sonny just absolutely overlap each other. I nearly have to unpack this every word. Okay, it's time to play. Can you possibly follow this line of reasoning? Here goes. I'm going to chop it up a little bit to help walk you through it.
Part of it is about race, because if you think about the Brittany Griners of the world.
Okay, first point. Sonny says this is about race. Think about the Brittany Griners of the world, okay? Are you following this yet?
You know, why did she have to go to play in Russia?
Because they wouldn't pay her.
So Sonny Hostin has already said this is about race because she had to go to Russia because she couldn't get paid here in women's basketball. Are you following it so far?
A little bit.
They wouldn't pay, not because she was black.
Okay, Sonny says it's about race, but now Whoopi says they wouldn't pay her, not because she's black.
Black,
so it's
right.
not about race, says the black woman, Whoopi.
But because they didn't believe in the WNBA.
Americans don't believe in the WNBA is why Brittany Griner didn't get paid and had to go to Russia, even though Caitlin Clark is a better player and is the highest paid woman in the WNBA. It doesn't make any sense. None of this. It's a giant car wreck. These women, their brain, it's mush. It's just oatmeal. If you opened up their head, it would be full of.
That's what I'm saying. They overlapping each other. They're not in sync. That just goes to show you though, when you watching a view, it's like when one person talks, they all try to agree to make the situation better. And when somebody sit there and talks, and they have a point that they try to get across, all of that chemistry, the fake chemistry that they was dealing with and they was having, it all goes away. You talk over each other. It doesn't make sense with the show, and then you leave your audience, the audience, horrible. You know, you leave your audience sitting there wondering, like, well, which is it? You know, what do we? It just goes to show that the view is, I mean,
bowl of clam chowder.
It's trash.
There is no brain in there. They make no sense. They can't back anything up with logic. Even bringing up a relevant example like Brittany Griner has nothing to do with this. Every time they try to tie it, there's no tie to the point made of white privilege or male privilege or tall privilege or beauty privilege. How about just Caitlin Clark's a really good basketball player, and she got chucked by a black female basketball player just because she was a bad person or had a bad attitude. I'm dug in exile.
I mean, that's what it is. I don't want to just, you know, like Doug, you don't want to throw anything, you know, with the R word or, you know, Kohler. And it's been plenty of bully. I've been seeing so many. I just seen one with Alyssa Thomas. And that was bad. That was real bad. Got thrown out of the game. Was horrible. And for her to be a vet, you know, doing that, just goes to show you that if a vet can do that, years of playing basketball, years of being in a league, and you have somebody new that's literally, I mean, that's, you obviously see the jealousy. It can be all across the league, you know, and there's just women that's in the WNBA that literally have the guts to do that. All I can tell Caitlin Clark is to, you know, stand up, you know, get back up, just what she did. And keep hooping, you know, and that's anybody that goes to WNBA and getting bullied because they're good, you know, to just have that positive attitude and keep pushing. Don't let nobody knock you off balance regardless, you know, and that's with anything. I don't care if you going out here and doing construction or a teacher, anything like that. Don't ever tell somebody to do something. Don't never let nobody knock you off and try to do anything like that. Keep pushing, you know. But I like this. There was a you know, you take negativity, just like The View, you take negativity and you turn something into positive. And that's why, you know, watch these videos and, you know, look at them. Make sure to like, that, subscribe, and definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Description box down below, www.anksworldwide.com, where the shirts, y'all can find them. Definitely make sure y'all check out Doug and Exile, Retro Steph, and the YP TV. Catch y'all next one.